What's going on, everyone? Chris from Pickdawgz.com here with a free pick in the Syracuse versus Duke college basketball matchup going down Wednesday, February 5th, 2025. Just a reminder, if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to our channel and smash that thumbs up. And if you're looking for my best bets, the games that I love, head to Pickdawgz.com, click the Premium Picks tab at the top of the page. Great time to do so, as we got a lot of action lined up this week. Some solid college hoops action on Wednesday. Got NHL and NBA on the board as we head towards their respective breaks coming up later this month. So, again, make sure that you check that out. Remember to use the promo code PICK at checkout for 15% off your purchase, whether it's a daily or a long-term pass you check out. We've also got products for those who make big bets and for those with big bankrolls, those looking for a VIP experience, where you're going to get things like late alert plays closer to game time, where we're going to track line movement for you, try to get you the best possible number compared to the closing line. So if that sounds like something that you're interested in, text the number on the screen for more information, even if it's just to find out if it's right for you. But let's get to this one between Duke and Syracuse. And you got an interesting ACC clash brewing here, as you've got Duke coming into this one 13-8 against the number this season, but 19-2 straight up overall after picking up an 87-70 win over rival North Carolina last time out, while Syracuse comes into this one 10-12 on the year, 11-10-1 against the number this season, covering 5 straight and 7 of their last 8, picking up a 75-66 win over Cal in their last matchup. But I'll tell you, Syracuse has done a great job. They've covered 5 straight, all in the underdog role, and they've been able to keep some games respectably close. And, they've won a couple of those games outright. They beat Notre Dame. They beat Cal. So, maybe Syracuse is starting to turn the corner a little bit. But you got to remember, this is still a Syracuse team that's beating up on the the bottom tier of the ACC. And they're keeping games close against, Clemson, it's a good way to sneak in the back door and cover there. But, they barely lost to a Pitt team that is maybe starting to show some signs of, running out of steam as we start to head down, the track. I mean, they were red hot in non-conference play, but now all of a sudden 5-6 in conference, and when they've had to take the step up in competition, they've lost to teams like Clemson by 14 on the road. They lost to Louisville by 24 at home, and I have a hard time thinking that Syracuse is able to keep this game close as well. The problem for me with laying this many points in certain spots is that, Syracuse, there's nothing saying Syracuse can't sneak in the back door, and we've seen Duke in a couple of recent spots kind of maybe take their foot off the gas and kind of nod off at the switch. I mean, look at their last 6 games. They're just 3-3 against the number, and they've had games where they were laying 22 at home against NC State, won by 10 in a game that was a lot closer than that final score would indicate up until the final horn. Went on the road, laying 11.5 against Wake Forest, won by 7. Decent Wake Forest team, but a game that you probably would have expected Duke to win by margin, and beating Notre Dame by 8, laying 19.5 at home, where I would have thought that would have been a blowout because I'm not high on that Notre Dame team at all. However, I think it's just a bad matchup for Syracuse, even at home, because this is a Syracuse team that is predominantly a 2-point scoring team. They like to do their damage inside the perimeter. It's not like past teams that were under Jim Boeheim, where they ran the zone, they shot a lot of threes, and did their damage from the perimeter and could hurt you from all over. This is a Syracuse team that nationally this season is top 30 in 2-point dependency, and in conference play, they're 6th out of 18 teams in 2-point dependency. 52.3% of their points are coming from inside the arc. They don't shoot a ton of threes. They shoot a fair bit, but they don't shoot a ton of threes, and they're making them only at a 33.3% clip. And they're also, when they're getting to the foul line, they're not making the most of their opportunities, shooting 69.5% from the foul line. I always say, when I back an underdog, home or away, whenever I'm catching points, I want a team that is going to hit their free throws when the clock is stopped, because a lot of times those missed free throws could come back to bite you, especially when you're trying to cover a point spread. Now, Syracuse also turns the ball over a ton, and Duke is not a team that you want to have running downhill on you. When the momentum is going, Duke is a very hard team to stop, and I think that Duke can slow down Syracuse here. This is the best 2-point defense in the conference. They are the best rebounding team in the conference. They don't force a ton of turnovers, but I think they can force enough. And on the other end of the floor, while Syracuse's defense has been decent at stopping the 3 and, getting on the glass, Duke has just been really good against anybody that they face this season. They lead the conference in offensive and defensive efficiency. They're shooting just under 60% from 2-point range. They're shooting 37.8% from three, and Syracuse gives up a lot of free throws. They're 16th out of 18 teams in free throw rate allowed in conference play, and Duke, 4th in the conference, shooting 80.5% from the line. I just think this is a tough spot for Syracuse to be in. I'll lay the points with Duke. I also look at the over here, but I'm going to go with Duke laying the big number, and that's going to be my free pick. But just a reminder, if you haven't already, make sure you're subscribed to our channel and smash that thumbs up. And if you're looking for my best bets, you can find those at Pickdawgz Premium. While you're at Pickdawgz, check out our betting tools. They're 100% free. They're the best betting tools in the business, and tools that you want to make sure that you have in your back pocket when you're making your best bets for the day's action. Thanks for watching. See you guys soon.